That is such an amazing Jumbotron screen over there on that building. Hey everyone, tonight I'm just here by Seoul Station and just out enjoying some of the nightlife here in Korea. This is actually a big part of the culture here. Definitely if you are a night owl, you will love it in Seoul. There are so many great places to go and hang out with restaurants, bars, nightclubs, and nobody's really sleeping. I mean, everybody's awake. It's this energy at night that I've never quite felt it anywhere else in the world. But I figured tonight I would share with you my top 4 places to go in the city to experience the best nightlife Seoul has to offer. Now, there are other places, but these are just my picks and some of the more popular ones. Anyway, let's get going because, you know, night's getting later, I'm getting older. I might not make it. Watching the sunset on top of Namsan Mountain will take your breath away, with the reds and purples fading into black across the mountains and sky. Seoul After Dark offers an electrifying journey through the pulsating heart of South Korea's capital. As the late afternoon turns to evening and everyone gets off work, Seoul transforms into a vibrant playground of neon lights, bustling markets, and lively entertainment districts. From traditional night markets serving up sizzling street food to cutting-edge clubs pulsing with K-pop beats, Seoul After Dark promises an unforgettable experience where ancient traditions meet modern allure. Dive into the city's nightlife and discover why Seoul truly comes alive after dark. Be sure to check out the Rainbow Bridge as well by Bonpo for a water show you won't forget. If a fun night out to you is being in a sea of people in a very narrow street, then Myeongdong is definitely your place to come at night. If you're like me, however, and you are terrified of the crowds, this is probably your worst nightmare. The other thing that's really popular about this area is just shopping. There are just so many stores here, so many brands selling all kinds of different stuff. I mean, forget about nightclubs. These stores are like clubs. Oh, I think I've had enough fun here for one night. Time to check out another spot in the city. See what that's like. If it's any different or is it just the same? A lot of graffiti over here too, which you don't see very much of in Seoul. So right now I just came to Itaewon, the next place on my list of nightlife areas, and this one is going to be the sketchiest place. It has changed over the years since I was young and came here. This used to be basically the Wild West. Lots of foreigners, lots of prostitutes, lots of crime happening. Really wasn't safe at all, but I think they've gentrified it quite a bit. All right, so I am standing in the area where it really got dicey. Now, there are some hills here, and if you go up the one that's right across the street behind me, that was actually called Hooker Hill. And literally, it was just lined with girls standing outside small shacks that were, you know, propositioning soldiers and others who came over here. I heard they did kind of clean it up. In fact, I've heard in recent years they actually made prostitution illegal, but I'm pretty sure it still happens. Yeah, all these little shacks here, these were all brothels, but a lot of them look boarded up and closed at this point. Debut club, I mean, that's definitely a front for something else. There's a Love Motel. Just a cheap place you can stay the night, but usually like you bring your girlfriend. Oh, this place is still open. This bar called the Grand Ole Opry. This is where a lot of soldiers actually came. I'm amazed it's still going. Huh. Yeah, and it's been there forever. So this street that I'm headed to right now can get just a little rowdy. And pretty soon I'm not going to hear myself think. It's just a little busy. Honestly, this is probably the dirtiest part of the city that I'm visiting too. These streets are definitely not clean. I'll be real honest with you, I'm a little disappointed. I feel like this area has lost its rugged charm. I mean, at least before it was kind of known to be super sketchy, and they were playing all in with that, you know. It was like gangsters and hookers just all over the place. You were never sure if you were going to get mugged or not. And now it feels like they kind of have this halfway thing going on. It feels like they have made these kind of really trendy places here that aren't just bars where you get drunk, but like, you know, bring your girlfriend and, you know, make it a fancy night out. And then it still somehow feels really, really sketchy. So it just doesn't work. I don't know what the vibe is they're going for. I think they got to go one way or the other. Super trendy or super sketchy. All right, so as promised, I've hung out here until after dark, and this is what it looks like. Or at least this is just a small part of it. But I will walk around and you will see a lot more crazy stuff here, a lot more music blaring out of the clubs as I walk around. I'm surprised I haven't seen more live street performances yet, but there might be one up here, but we'll see. It is a Monday night after all, so this crowd is not that bad, really. I mean, sometimes it's so many people you can barely move. All right, I do see a crowd up there, and I'm guessing it's either going to be a group dancing, a group singing, maybe a guy on guitar or a guy doing karaoke by himself. Could even be a magician. I think I saw some guy with fire once out here. So we're actually in luck. There's not just one performance, there's actually another competing one right beside the other. So let's see if this one's good. I think one's actually a girl group and the other is a guy group. As you can see, there are literally hundreds of people here with their cell phones up trying to record this. All right, now we're on the main thoroughfare again, the main road here with all the shopping and lights. But I have a secret spot I can go to get a better view than this. But look at that from above. So this main road, at least the first block of it that you walk up, is actually just mostly shopping. I think there might be a few restaurants there, but it's mostly just, you know, little kitschy, cute stuff, some clothes. The bars and clubs actually come as you keep going down this road. And usually you can tell if they're a club because they'll be blaring music so loud. So this is like an arcade right here, and this definitely did not exist before because this has hasn't been here probably more than a few years, but it's kind of cool. It's got the little claw machines and such. Yeah, there is quite a bit of new stuff here, although right behind me there's something called like a luxury singing room. That is new, but it's been around for a couple of years. At least probably maybe 10, 15. Here we go. Finally something interesting. This guy's got fire. Honestly, the best thing that happened here tonight was watching that guy playing with fire. I have not been in this neighborhood in a minute. I mean, it's probably been a couple of years, and I don't know it so well, so I'll try to just show you around so you can see it. But this is the last night spot that I could think of to bring you and show you. But this is the one that was made famous by a song a couple of years back called Gangnam Style. So the thing that sets this neighborhood apart from the other ones that we saw or that I showed you is that the main street here is lined with these massive skyscrapers. And so you just feel like, yeah, it feels so small to be next to these massive buildings. It's also a much more affluent area, so much more expensive to come here than any of the other places. So you do have to have some money. The main street's mostly shopping here, but if you really want to see like the bars and the nightclubs and stuff like that, and the really cool restaurants, you have to walk one block over away from the main street. So they're all kind of behind these massive buildings here. All right, so now I'm actually walking on the street behind the main thoroughfare where all the traffic is. And this looks like a pedestrian-only zone, but it's actually not, so you're going to have to be wary about cars or motorbikes coming through really fast. So these are all restaurants and cafes, and I mean, a lot of people will just come out here with their friends. So this area is also different than Hongdae because that's really for younger people, where this is for like working professionals or young professionals who have money. All right, now I'm going to try to cross this busy intersection to show you the other side of the street just a little bit. I want you to know you're really not seeing that much of this area because there are so many little side streets and small alleyways with stuff going on, and just the crowds here are unbelievable. So this this screen with this little door next to it that says art above it, I think this is actually one of the nightclubs here. All right, I'm now on one of the back streets again. And this one I actually recognize because I've been over here to have fried chicken with friends a couple of years ago. As busy as this looks too, this is not that crowded, honestly, for this neighborhood. Oh, that place looks fun. Everybody's eating outside. Yep, I've been down this street before. I do feel a bit awkward though, because I feel like here Korean culture is all about going out with your friends and being with a group. And I am very much on my own right now. So yeah, it would be nice to have a friend group. And who knows, maybe I'll meet some new ones tonight. You never know. It's happened before. Just get adopted by some people that take a shining to you and think, oh, we'll take this guy out for a drink. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a night now. But I hope you've enjoyed seeing these nightlife areas around the city. I think if I was going to say which one do I prefer, when I was younger, I really loved Hongdae. And that's because it is kind of that youth culture, very trendy vibe, lots of fun bars and clubs for younger people. As I got older, I don't know, I'd probably prefer Gangnam because it costs a little bit more money to come out here, but it is more of a mature crowd. But you still get a lot of restaurants and it's pretty safe. The area where I really wouldn't go again, now that I think about it and I visited again, would be Itaewon. It is a lot better than it used to be when I was younger and I went there. Like, it was so sketchy. It was the Wild West of Seoul and of Korea. It was kind of just dangerous to visit. It still feels a little bit that way, but it is a lot better than it was. And Myeongdong is great if you love shopping and crowds. Oh my gosh, it just gets so packed there with people. But you couldn't drag me there right now because of those two things, shopping and crowds. I don't like either one. Anyway, I'd love to hear which place you liked, or maybe you've been to them, what you thought about them. And also, there are just so many places in Seoul, in Korea, to visit at night. I just showed you 4 of the more popular ones, but usually around a lot of university districts, they have a lot of fun areas, and just pretty much anywhere. I've said it before, I think Korea shines brightest at night because of all the lights and just the going out culture here and the kind of late night culture. Thanks for joining me again. Stay safe, healthy, and happy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me today. Life's a journey meant to be shared. Remember to always travel with an open heart and an open mind. Enjoy the ride and keep your eyes on the horizon for the next adventure. I'll see you out there.